morning, I'm Olivia Lemon. This is a news update. We start with the verdict in the trial of the 1974 murder of a Shrewsbury woman. A Worcester jury has found Lonzo Guthrie not guilty in the death of 21-year-old Eileen Farrow. Farrow was murdered in her home back in 1974. Authorities claim Guthrie had delivered furniture to Miss Farrow's home the day before she was killed. Back in 2014, DNA evidence led police to indict Guthrie, who was living in Georgia at the time. An autopsy determined that Mrs. Farrow died from what a pathologist describes as sharp force injuries of the head and neck. The murder weapon was never found. The jury of 6 men and 6 women deliberated for less than 3 hours after listening to a week of testimony. A 19-year-old is in custody after an attack on a UMass Amherst student. That attack led to a shelter-in-place order on the UMass campus last night. Michael Rosenfield has the story from Framingham, where the suspect turned himself in earlier today.
19-year-old William McCune turned himself in Friday afternoon. He's accused of attacking a student inside a residence hall at UMass Amherst on Thursday.
Last night I was sitting in my room with a friend with the door open, and we heard yelling, so we walked down the hallway to see what was going on, and we found a kid that we didn't know bleeding on the ground and 2 other kids that we also didn't know standing over him. Morgan
Hughes says the assault happened 2 doors down from her room.
It looked like he was pulled out of somebody's room who lives on our floor right at the end of our hallway, and 4 or 5 people came rushing over to see what was going on, and a girl who came from the other side of the hallway yelled, "He has a gun," and we all ran into our rooms.
A second suspect has not been identified. Campus police say surveillance video shows the 2 men being allowed to enter Pierpont Hall, even though neither are students.
Clearly shows these both suspects being led into Pierpont by a UMass student that they knew. So these people clearly were escorted into the residence hall by a Pierpont Hall resident.
The student who was attacked had a laceration to his head. He's been treated and released. At this point, police not really giving any details into a possible motive for the crime. From Framingham, Michael Rosenfield, Worcester News Tonight.
A Leominster man is charged in a violent car crash that ended with the vehicle being smashed into 2 pieces. Police say Tano Reyes ran a stop sign last night, then sped away as a state trooper chased him. But the car soon crashed into a telephone pole. Reyes ran away from the scene, but police captured him a short time later. He's hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries and will be arraigned when he's out of the hospital. From an Arctic blast last week to 50-degree weather this week, we can see the effects all over central Massachusetts. Today, experts are giving advice on how to deal with issues you may be seeing from the constant weather changes. Our Patricia Nicholas has the story.
From pipes to potholes, the changing weather is having an effect on our daily routines.
So this is what happens right here when the tire goes into the pothole.
Rick Ranstrom is the owner of Ranstrom's. For the past 35 years, he has seen the effects the weather has had on vehicles.
When the weather changes from the sub-temperatures we had last week to the warm weather this week, you just really need to pay attention.
Rick says potholes emerge from the changing weather. With newer cars, the effects can be serious.
They're more sophisticated now. The aluminum wheels, the aluminum chassis parts, it doesn't take as much to bend the wheels.
Joe Cody is the owner of Mass Basement Waterproofing. He says during this time of year, basement flooding is not uncommon.
False water tables basically is what it is. Your house sits on a water table, and then as the rain comes and the snow melts, you get a false water table. And as that water table rises, that's when flooding occurs.
Cody says flooding can lead to mold and mildew. He says people can take precautionary measures to try to prevent it from happening.
Gutters, make sure those are cleaned. Make sure the downspouts are pointed away from the house. Get them 8 to 10 feet away from the house. You're doing just about all you can do to prevent water coming in.
Patricia Nicholas, Worcester News Tonight.
Thank you, Tricia. Tomorrow is a big day in the presidential race. Democrats in Nevada will hold their caucuses, and Republicans in South Carolina will vote in their primary. In just 10 days, Massachusetts will hold its primary. And tomorrow afternoon, Republican John Kasich will hold a town hall meeting in Worcester. It's at 3 at the Hibernian Cultural Center. Kasich finished second in last week's New Hampshire primary. Meantime, Hillary Clinton's campaign is opening an organizing office in Worcester tomorrow. It's one of 6 that Clinton's campaign is opening. Bernie Sanders already has a campaign office in Worcester. A poll out this week showed Sanders leading Clinton by 7 points in Massachusetts. The Professional Bull Riders Tour is returning to the DCU Center this weekend. Worcester is the only stop in Massachusetts the Cowboys will be making. Our Brittany Schaefer has the story.
Ben Johns got on his first bull at age 25. He is from Oklahoma, but this weekend he will be in Worcester.
Tomorrow we'll wake up, we'll probably take a little jog, get the blood pumping, and be ready to ride some bulls tomorrow night.
Johns has been in the business for 16 years. He says Saturday night's show will be filled with action.
It's a lot of excitement. There's explosions, there's light show. It's kind of like a concert, but you've got bull riding too.
In order to qualify for a score, riders must stay on the bull for at least 8 seconds. John says the bulls they ride are not for beginners.
There are different calibers of bulls. The bulls that you'll see here tomorrow night are the highest caliber bulls that there are.
Right before the gates open, John says he needs to be relaxed and have an empty mind.
We prepare all week, mentally and physically, and then when we come to compete, it's just like any other profession. You know, you get in there, you do the exact same thing over and over, you breathe, you have breathing techniques.
The 41-year-old professional bull rider says he's been fortunate to have only needed 3 surgeries in his many years of bull riding.
My face and the bull's horn collided, and so the whole left side of my face is titanium.
Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
Now the competition starts at 7 p.m. Saturday night at the DCU Center. Coming up, we'll get a check of our local forecast. Stay with us.
The overture begins, and you're transported to that legendary place of Broadway showmanship and show-stopping tap numbers. Come and meet those dancing feet. 42nd Street, Broadway Song and Dance Extravaganza.
Hanover Theater in Worcester, February 19th through the 21st. For tickets, call 877-571-SHOW or visit thehanovertheater.org.
If you've been hurt in a car accident, there are 3 things you need to know. First, don't sign anything from the insurance company until you talk to a lawyer. Second, on average, injured people with a lawyer get 3.5 times more money than those who don't. And third, it won't cost you anything unless we get money for you.
Don't stand alone against the big insurance companies. Call the law offices of Joseph J. Criglia, where you pay a lawyer only if you collect money.
It's our GMC President's Day sales event going on all month long here at Diamond in Auburn. With special factory incentives, there's never been a better time to buy.
Right now, sign and drive a brand new Terrain for $198 a month, or a brand new Sierra Double Cab 4x4 just $299 a month, both with no money down.
You'll receive complimentary oil changes, tire rotations, and batteries for as long as you own it. We're on Route 20 in Auburn and online at choosediamond.com.
If you have a loved one who needs assistance or suffers from dementia or Alzheimer's, they deserve care that is nothing less than extraordinary. Dodge Park Rest Home and the Oasis at Dodge Park provide a level of personal care in a premier setting that is unmatched. All-inclusive programs designed for those with memory impairment, a caring and licensed staff, and activity programs to stimulate the mind and body, maintain dignity and independence, all in our secure, home-like environment. Schedule your tour at Dodge Park Rest Home and the Oasis at Dodge Park today.
There is only one sport that delivers action, danger, and edge of your seat excitement. It's the PBR Blue Death Tour, presented by Real Time Pain Relief.
This crowd knows greatness when they see it.
One night only, Saturday, February 20th at DCU Center. And best of all, tickets start at just $20. That's right, just $20. So what are you waiting for? Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Brought to you by Digital Federal Credit Union and Ram Trucks.
Moms, We don't know how you do it all, but you do. And we know it's those precious moments you experience with your family that make it all worthwhile. That's why we're here for you, to make sure families like yours live healthier, longer lives. But we can't do it without you. By working together, we can realize a healthier future for families everywhere. Moms United can make real change. Life is why.
Welcome back. No rain or snow today, but there could be a mix tonight. Pete Bouchard has a look at our local forecast.
Good supply of sunshine this morning before the clouds came in, and the temperatures, well, they'll be warming up. Even though we only made mid-30s, that's not where we stop. It looks like our temps will rise to near 40 by morning. Our temps area-wide were generally in the 30s with that morning sun helping us out, getting us out of those teens. So light snow moving in over the next few hours, rising temperatures overnight, 50s this weekend, a colder Monday forecast, and a busy pattern next week. Looks like we have a couple of chances at a storm. There's one on Tuesday and a Wednesday, and there might be one right behind that as well. So in the time being, it's that light snow, and I know it doesn't look like a lot, but as it moves through, I think new bands of snow will be generated so that we will have, at least a passing chance at some snow, steady snow between 10 and midnight tonight, and then that moves off. And look, right behind it, there's another little batch, but this one will be different because it'll be part of the changeover. We'll see some raindrops mix in and some sleet pellets as those temperatures continue to rise across central Mass. Most of the action stays well to the north of the border of Massachusetts, and it looks like that's where you're picking up 3 to 4 inches. But as far as snowfall amounts here in greater Worcester and in Boston, I don't see a whole lot. Maybe up towards Air and Fitchburg, Gardner, and out through Orange on the Mohawk Trail, you might pick up close to an inch. Lunenburg, higher elevations of Worcester County, and across parts of western Mass. But again, we're on the very edge of this weather system. Anything left over in the morning will be in liquid form. That's leftover sprinkles. Temperatures in the upper 30s to near 40, and then we soar into the 40s. There might be some glimpses of sun in the afternoon. Otherwise, a mainly cloudy sky and an increasing south wind that will turn southwest. So on the backside of this weather system, not a lot of cold. So that's Sunday's forecast for you. Looking a little bit breezy, looking like we might have temperatures that'll be near 50 again. That low looks like it might miss us as it glides off to the south on Monday. Extended forecast now, mild weekend turns to a colder Monday, but the real cold will wait until Tuesday, where our high temperatures only rise into the lower 30s and we start off in the teens. Wednesday, looks like the setup right now, rain coming in the afternoon with some snow perhaps on the front end of that storm system. There might be a couple of inches involved in that before changeover, but it is trending milder. Thursday, 47, windy and a little wet, and then Friday, Saturday, cooling off once again. This whole pattern looks pretty much like spring to me, as you have those warm-ups, and then the cool downs, not all that significant, it's not all that bitter, that's for sure, as the overnight lows can show, with our lows falling to the teens at the coldest and our highs just about every day, making it at or above freezing all the way into next weekend. The pattern does settle down as we go into the end of next week and the beginning of next weekend. Have a great night.
Worcester weather brought to you by Berterra Nissan of Auburn.
That is our show for now. Andy Madison is back at 10. I'm Olivia Lemon. Thank you for watching.
There is only one sport that delivers action, danger, and edge of your seat excitement. It's the PBR Blue Death Tour, presented by Real Time Pain Relief.
This crowd knows greatness when they see it.
One night only, Saturday, February 20th at DCU Center. And best of all, tickets start at just $20. That's right, just $20. So what are you waiting for? Get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. Brought to you by Digital Federal Credit Union and Ram Trucks.
If you have a loved one who needs assistance or suffers from dementia or Alzheimer's, they deserve care that is nothing less than extraordinary. Dodge Park Rest Home and the Oasis at Dodge Park provide a level of personal care in a premier setting that is unmatched. All-inclusive programs designed for those with memory impairment, a caring and licensed staff, and activity programs to stimulate the mind and body, maintain dignity and independence, all in our secure, home-like environment. Schedule your tour at Dodge Park Rest Home and the Oasis at Dodge Park today.
Get ready for one of the most amazing concerts you'll see all year. A show like no other. A rival from Sweden performing the music of ABBA. February 25th at the Hanover Theater.
It's a rich man's world.
One night, one stage, and the hits of ABBA. Tickets available now online at thehanovertheater.org or at the box office. Don't miss Arrival from Sweden, performing the music of ABBA.
It's our GMC President's Day sales event going on all month long here at Diamond in Auburn. With special factory incentives, there's never been a better time to buy.
Right now, sign and drive a brand new Terrain for $198 a month, or a brand new Sierra Double Cab 4x4 just $299 a month, both with no money down.
You'll receive complimentary oil changes, tire rotations, and batteries for as long as you own it. We're on Route 20 in Auburn and online at choosediamond.com.
If you were injured in a car accident, would you call Joseph J. Cariglia?
Absolutely. The insurance companies have lawyers on their side. You bet I want Joseph J. Cariglia on mine.
Sure I would. Make one call, let them deal with all the hassles.
It's a smart choice. You don't pay anything unless they win your case.
If I were injured, I'd want all the help I could get, wouldn't you?
Don't stand alone against the big insurance companies. Call the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia.
Can you see me? Because I feel like I'm invisible. Like if it weren't for the news, no one would think of this place. But here we have bright spirits and vivid dreams. If only the world could see.
Relive the magic from your favorite Disney classics on February 27th at the Hanover Theater in Worcester. Disney in concert magical music from the movies, featuring selections and movie clips from The Lion King, The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Mary Poppins, and many more. For tickets, call 877-571-SHOW or email info@thehanovertheater.org. Disney in concert magical music from the movies at the Hanover Theater in Worcester. Get your tickets now.